Hey, g'day guys, Sam here from TradetoProspa to talk about Fetch and a few other coins following up this video post. I'll be looking at Fetch, I'll be looking at GRT and Axis or AGIX and give my perspectives. Right, so let's start with Fetch Artificial Intelligence. What we have with the non-log settings on is accumulation, very similar to in the past, and it's pretty obvious when there's accumulation taking place. That could be a breakout, and it wouldn't surprise me that it does the same thing again. Probably not as strong. Um, Here we have similar levels of interest. So we had resistance here, so that would have sort of too late. I would have loved to buy that accumulation and look at the breakout. So we're going to probably see this type of behavior as well. Now, in the past, I'm not sure how that explained it. So let's have a look at it. It might give us a clue. So if we get a pullback, okay, that doesn't help there. None of that helps. So why this range? Let's go with this methodology. I'm going to use this fib rule, and as you can see, it's passed. So what I then tend to do is use the previous highs, but you can see there's wicks, and we're going to choose a level that makes sense. This level makes sense as a good resistance. Could I use it as one? All right, we'll try it, and we'll consider the 0.236 was resistance, and aligns with the point 0.5. So maybe this is the hard part. Maybe this is the target right here. Um, I'm just using this methodology based on historical charts. Now, what can we do to add more to it? Well, we can make a number of assumptions. We can also say, all right, as if I put that as 0.618, or that's 0.236. If we use the one at the top, bring it back down. Do we have anything there? Let's just make this black. Do we see? Okay, we see the 618 as resistance there. So the point 0.5. So yeah, so now we're going to see that the point 0.5 could be a rejection area. And then we look across and we see that, yep, that equals that. So that level is going to be strong resistance. And it's also a neckline for the previous top. So if that was the case, let's see if there is a trend line of some sort. If this was resistance, do we see anything? But if we could ignore the top, maybe. And let's see if this comes back down, because we can see how it came back down. But today's climate, with AI as the big theme, this might just keep going. And there's no one who can really tell you how to trade this. It's difficult. Um, if AI is going to be big, then we can look at from this perspective. If I put that as one, you can see where I'm looking at the 1.618. So it might, in this, will do it. It needs to pass this for me to go really bullish. It needs to break that level. Then I can see going to these levels here. Okay. So that's from a log settings perspective. Let's have a look at it from another perspective. Let's look at the 12-hour. I've done some Fibonacci here. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'll use that previous top and all the way down to 1.618. Okay, and so that has some confluence, the one, and yeah, again, this might be a range that we'll be interested in as resistance. This level is likely to be strong resistance. Okay, um, so if you look at it from that perspective, interesting enough. Let's just have a look across. As my left side is non-log, this right side is log. So that's why it looks a bit different. and using that, we passed the 618 level. So that's pretty impressive. And so we are likely to hit this area. Very similar to what I said there. So if that's there, just look on the crosshairs. Okay, that equates to that area. Okay, so this coming to this previous top. Now, if we look at this from another way, this is pretty difficult actually to figure out what's going on. Um, Let me just see something. Let's just do some trend lines. Okay, there seems to be a strong trend line. So if it keeps going again, this is likely to hit those levels here. So it's saying somewhere around there. Yep, as well. So why am I looking at this area? So when price came up, it found this as a strong resistance. It has to be strong resistance here. I can't see, and this trend line probably makes it a strong resistance. So I think this still could keep going and hit this area of resistance and then come back down. Will it come back down like this? Probably not. Now, when we look from a Wyckoff perspective, this is buying climax. And this is an up thrust, and it didn't go much higher, did it? And then just come back down really hard. So this is another, but this I think this is going to be way bigger wave. And if I was to use this as a one, I think that's the wick. Then we can look at these levels as major resistances once it pulls back. So if we were to count this, geez, if this is a one and that's a two, then this is wave three. So this is the bull market for this coin, potentially. If you can see it like that. So that's 0, 1, that's 2, and wave three could keep going. And yeah, so how much can it go? Well, that's probably $8 and so on. So 50 cents. So the bull market, this is going to go big potentially. And if I was to go, okay, now that's hit, next bull market, we can just do that and then go, okay, that's the next level. Geez, so this has got some way to go, but obviously there's a lot of assumptions going there. But there you go. If they deliver, besides the hype that the people think that's going on, if we're in the bull market, but I don't think I think we're going to go sideways for a while, especially when Bitcoin pulls back. These guys pull back harder, so definitely resistance there, guys. So that's how I got. Now, if you want to enter this on a small time frame, we'll need to look at the 4 hour. Let's just flip this across. Okay, so if we look at the 4 hour, there's a good 4 hour trend. If you look at the 10 and 20 moving averages, beautiful. So what a move from there. Anyway, so this doesn't look like it's slowing down, but if you look for a pullback, we need to look for a pullback. So that's crazy the way it just moved. If this pulls back to this pocket, I'll be looking interested in buying that there. Even ideally, it will be there, previous resistance. And so if this was to go sideways, either look for a breakout trade. Two touches is not reliable because it could just go back down. So, but that's the risk that you take. Otherwise, I'll look for the pullback or the side range. If it ranges, that's a good entry. You might just keep ranging and then break up to the upside or come back down. And then we'll move to the 80-hour chart. But at the moment, the 4 hour chart looks like great opportunity to trade. It's pulled back, bit of a bullish candle. Didn't quite hit the 10 moving average. Let's look at actually a 2 hour. Let's see if the 2 hour does good. 2 hours, yeah, 2 hours as well. 2 hours. So that was a buy as well. Bugger. 2 hours good. That was in the pocket and up it went. So I would say, in essence, very similar to that. This is obviously a strong candle. This might just, I will just follow this for the time being. Look at this moving average, and if this comes down here again, that could be a buy as well. That's that level there. So that could be a buy, and just keep going. If you know the cradle trade method, if you don't, tough luck. I'm not going to teach you it here. There's some requirements. As you can see, what I'm doing, you might pick up some tips, but does it fulfill the criteria? And offer that for training on my online training. Goes through the method and how to find the entry and how to put your stop losses. But that's it there. The 2 hour does justice to it. I like the 4 hour more, but this is so bullish I might have to go with the 2 hour. But there you go. I'll leave it at that, guys. Please give me a like and share. Subscribe if you haven't. Don't try to not get alerts. There are coins that I cover, and I don't think many people do them out there. I might be the only one that does a lot, but small with the macro perspective as well as the technical details, entry, and so on. Give me your feedback. Tell me if you like it. People just look at it, but they don't give me any comments, and that's unfortunate. I like to get some feedback. Talk to you guys soon. Please have a tick and a share, and I appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Bye.